In this video, we're asked to write a method called inOrderList that'll basically return a list containing the sequence of values obtained from an in-order traversal of a binary tree of integers. Now remember, when we're traversing through an integer or through a binary tree, you can think of going from the top and making your way around the entire tree until you get back to the starting point. So we don't actually see the bottoms until we reach a 9. So we see the bottom of 9, 4, 7, loop around, 5, 2, 0, then go back and we end at the starting point. So a calling on this method should return the following list: 9, 4, 7, 5, 2, and 0. If the tree is empty, we should return 0. We do have access to the data field, the left field, the right field, and the overall root to tell where we're at in the binary tree. So we know that we're going to be returning a list, and we're going to be returning integers. So it's going to be integer type in order in order in order list. Let's construct a new list of the type integer. We're going to do that by saying new array list integer. Close that. And then what do we want to do? We want to basically, we want to name this thing. My bad. Call it result. What do we want to do? We want to return the results of the, we want to return the resulting list, but before we can actually get the list, we need to start modifying the list and start adding values to it. So we'll do that by calling upon our private helper method, which is going to save the day for us. Overall root, and we're going to pass in resultant list. Okay, so let's get started. Is it going to have a return type? No. No, it's not. Okay, so in order list, we're taking an int tree node, call it root, and we're taking a list, and in this case it's the type integer, and we're just going to call it result, just to keep things fancy. Okay, so what happens if the, in the case that the root is equivalent to null? Well, if the root is equivalent to null, we have nothing to print out. Nothing to return, actually. So we really don't do anything. It's kind of pointless. So let's look at the more interesting case where we actually have to do something. So if the root is not equivalent to null, then what do we want to do? What we should do is we should traverse left side. When we traverse down the left side, we want to return the data. Then we want to traverse right side, and then return its data eventually. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, we're going to do an in-order list traversal. We're going to pass in the left subtree, and then we're going to pass in results. Why do we do this? Because when we deal with in-order traversal, if you guys noticed from my little terrible scan here, we deal with the left subtree first, then we hit the root.data, then we hit the right subtree second. So that's why we're doing it in that order. So return the data, but we return that data by calling result.add data. The add method is assumed that we've already kind of done this thing. It's assuming that we've already imported java.util.star using that. I mean, that'll allow us to actually use this misspelling order all around. And then we'll need to traverse down the right side and kind of do that. And I believe that's it for this video here.